Today I'm gonna shine. I can get through this amazing top of this. Possibilities are endless. Time chilling in the lane. I'm beautiful on the inside and out. My voice matters. Closer to you. Shiva. Shiva. All my stocks are in the green, Jack in the green stocks. Penny stocks going to the moon, moon. Block sell objects, J.E. Blue, nerd, green for me. All my stocks are in the green. All my stocks are in the green. I made $2,000 this week. $2,222 in the green. Jack in the green stars, baby. Wall Street is my bitch. Jack in the green stars. All my stocks are in the green. Jack in the green stars. Many stocks going to the moon, moon. Box silk objects, J.E. Blue, nerd, green for me. All my stocks are in the green. All my stocks are in the green. I made $2,000 this week. $2,222 in the baby. Wall Street is my bitch. All my stocks are in the green. Jack in the green stocks. Penny stocks going to the moon. Boxel, Dex, JE, blue, nerd, green for me. All my stocks are in the green. All my stocks are in the green. I made $2,000 this week. $2,222 in the green. Jack in the green stocks, baby. Wall Street is my bitch. All my stocks are in the green. Jack in the green stocks. Many stocks going to the moon. Boxel, Dex, JE, blue, nerd, green for me. All my stocks are in the green. Disney Boeing. All my stocks are in the green. All my stocks are in the green. All my stocks are in the green. I am wealthy now. I am healthy now. I'm a finance genius. I earn, save, spend, invest money wisely. All my stocks are in the green. My money makes more money. More money. All of my investments make profit. Every dollar is in the green. I have more money than I need. I have more money than I need. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich. My wrist is 3 to 1. My wrist is 3 to 1. I have large amounts of wealth that I give away. I have large amounts of wealth that I give away. I create all the wealth that I need. My manifestation's what I need. I seize my opportunities courageously, applying faith through all my actions. Imagination creates me more wealth through my power of intention. Money going up, don't need to mention. I habitually give more than I get, and I get a lot. Free money in my pot, stirring money on the clock. Cheerfully go the extra mile with my money task. Don't even need to ask. Money on my face, money from the sky. Winter has moved in on my home. Green beans. Spring and summer bring breezy rain. Green beans. Calling with a Checking the green stuff. Money's falling out the sky on my face. All my stocks are in the green. Green beans, green beans, green beans. Checking the green stocks, baby. Green beans, green beans, green beans.
Winter has moved in on my heart.
Green beans.
Spring and summer bring freezing rain.
Green beans.
Darling, without you, I am nothing.
Green beans.
You left my heart in
Checking the green stuff. Money's falling out the sky on my face. All my stocks are in the green. Green beans, green beans, green beans. Checking the green stocks, baby. Green beans, green beans.
winter has moved in
On my heart, green beans.
spring and summer.
Il Bravo, the best stock tip I can give you. Trust in thy stocks. All of my stocks are green. That's all you need to do. When you day trading stocks, man, just say to yourself, all my stocks are in the green. My money makes more money, more money. All of my investments make profit. Every dollar is in the green. And fear not ye, for all red stocks eventually become green stocks. Stocks only go up. Stonks only go up to the moon. Jack in the green stars. I made $2,000 today. Amen. 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 I made $2,000 today. I made $2,000 today. 2,222 dollars in the green. Jack in the green sun, baby. I won this game, good shot, good shot, good shot, good shot, good shot, my boy, good shot, my boy. Oh no, you're my sunshine. I'm into $2,000 today. 2,222 dollars in the ring. Jack in the green stars, baby. Wall Street is my bed. Jack in the green stars, penny stars going to the moon, moon. Boxes out there, J.E. Blue, now waiting for me. All my socks are in the green. All my socks are in the green. I made $2,000 today. 2,222 dollars in the green. Jack in the green stars, baby. Wall Street is my name. I won this game. Amen, amen. I won this game. Amen. Shiva. Sometimes it's hard not to notice that smell of roses nuzzled in your hair. For I'm struggling to focus with you closer and quickly on my mind. How could I explain this without bringing on concern? Put it into words. Now your eyes lay heavy on mine. Today I'm gonna shine. I can get through this amazing type of day. Possibilities are endless. Calm and relax, chilling in LA. I'm beautiful on the inside and out. My voice matters. Love to the universe. Love to the universe. Smart, take a deep breath. Success, I am blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity, creativity, love you. All of my dreams come true, no matter what I do. I am everything. I am you. Today I'm gonna shine. I can get through this amazing type of day. Possibilities are endless. Calm and relax. Chillin' in LA. I'm beautiful on the inside and out. My voice matters. Love to the universe. Love to the universe. Smart, take a deep breath. Success, I am blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity, creativity, love you. All of my dreams come true, no matter what I do. I am everything. I am you. Today I'm gonna shine. I can get through this amazing type of day. Possibilities are endless. Calm and relax. Chillin' in LA. I'm beautiful on the inside and out. My voice matters. Love to the universe. Love to the universe. Smart, take a deep breath. Success, I am blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity, creativity, love you. All of my dreams come true, no matter what I do. I am everything. I am you. Today I'm gonna shine. I can get through this amazing type of day. Possibilities are endless. Calm and relax. Chillin' in LA. I'm beautiful on the inside and out. My voice matters. Love to the universe. Love to the universe. Smart, take a deep breath. Success, I am blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity, creativity, love you. All of my dreams come true, no matter what I do. I am everything, I am you. Today I'm gonna shine, I can get through this amazing type of day. Possibilities are endless, calm and relax, chillin' in LA. I'm beautiful on the inside and out, my voice matters. Love to the universe, love to the universe. Some more, take a deep breath. Success, I am blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity, creativity, love you. All of my dreams come true, no matter what I do. I am everything, I am you. Today I'm gonna shine, I can get through this amazing type of day. Possibilities are endless, calm and relaxed, chillin' in LA. I'm beautiful on the inside and out, my voice matters. Love to the universe, love to the universe. Some more, take a deep breath. Success, I am blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity, creativity, love you. All of my dreams come true, no matter what I do. I am everything, I am you. Today I'm gonna shine, I can get through this amazing type of day. Possibilities are endless, calm and relaxed, chillin' in LA. I'm beautiful on the inside and out, my voice matters. Love to the universe, love to the universe. Just more, take a deep breath. Success, I am blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity, creativity, love you. All of my dreams come true, no matter what I do. I am it. Namah Shivaya. Shivam.
Psychedelic plants mimic the neurotransmitter serotonin, and tolerance builds quickly at these receptor sites. Even those plants that don't build tolerance still eliminate themselves quickly and leave behind virtually no toxicity. They're also being shown to treat addiction rather than add to them. There are so many benefits coming to light from these substances that groups such as MAPS, Hefter, Beckley, and many others are organizing a science-based campaign to reverse the prohibition because the evidence is clear. They are not addictive, and they have remarkable medicinal and therapeutic value. So the question remains, why are highly addictive and toxic substances in Schedule II with widespread medicinal use, while these age-old plants, with a safe and ceremonial history going back many thousands of years and no evidence to prove physiological harm, are in Schedule I lockdown? Is it a war on drugs, or a war on the mind? Why haven't the institutions that make these suggestions turned back to the original use of psychedelics? A return to Mother Earth for answers.
The position that modern societies have taken on psychedelics, we've demonized these substances, we've made them illegal, we've subjected people to harsh prison sentences if they're found in possession of psychedelics. This is a terrible error that is being made in modern Western society. We are losing contact with our fundamental roots by doing that.
Indigenous people have been their stewards. They preserve the plants, they preserve the practices in a certain way, but now all of a sudden psychedelics are going global, and you get a phenomenon where ayahuasca is like taking over the world, and a few years ago, mushrooms did something very similar.
With all psychedelic plants, the traditional shamanic use of them nearly always includes a community and ritual setting.
Shamanism is essentially a living tradition of alchemy that is not seeking the stone, but has found the stone.
The ritual simply means an arrangement of the certain setting for certain intentions. This would also be true, for example, of a Native American church peyote ceremony. They have the same kind of thing. It's a group of people, they know each other, some of them are friends, some of them are neighbors, some of them may be invited. They share the intentions. And then they have their traditional songs and invocations. They invoke the spirits. See, and that's completely different in the scientific study. And there's no psychological discussion. It's not a modern Western system.
The shamanic cultures were very clear about this. They viewed the psychedelics as instruments that opened up the brain, the mind, to telepathy, to clairvoyance, to precognition, presentience, and that ultimately it may be necessary to view the perceptions that occur under psychedelics as our brain basically tuning into a different channel and receiving information that we really don't know how to define at this point.
For roughly 20 years, across the world, the prohibition held firm. No public use, no medicinal use, not even research to back up the claims that place these plants in the strictest category. The sleeping mind of the people seemingly fell deeper into consensus trance. It was as if the innate pattern recognition and problem-solving faculties of human consciousness were missing a critical ally, one that had been with us since the dawn of modern intelligence. It seemed that the propaganda campaign had worked. Then, in 1990, Rick Strassman, a medical researcher specialized in psychiatry, applied for a federal grant to give dimethyltryptamine to volunteers to simply see what the effects might be.
So there was a group in Germany which got started around the same time, or sooner than I did, studying mescaline. But my DMT study was the first in the U.S. and the first that used DMT in quite a while. It was pretty frustrating. I never really expected to succeed, and I don't think many people did.
Public opinion of any mind-altering substance tends to evoke the belief that the experience is simply what happens when the brain fails to function properly, as if the default state most of us spend time in is the proper state to operate from. However, even if this were true, when someone's brain becomes dysfunctional and then hours later returns to normal, how would that individual explain the experience?
Well, I think the most sort of striking part of the research, and what I really wasn't expecting, was the sense of reality that people returned with. They felt the experiences were more real than real. The importance of the feeling of more real than real is we make our decisions based on what we believe is real. The outside world we're assuming is real. Our inner world is real. And we make decisions based on reality, inner and outer. So if there's a state that feels more real than real, then do we make decisions based on the information there?
What really is the bedrock of reality? Is the consensus world we typically operate from the more real one? Is this where we'll find the universal truths we seek to make life decisions from? Is it the psychedelic realm that some believe is more real than real? Perhaps it's neither, and they're both merely reference points, implying and pointing to the underlying universal truths, encouraging us to engage with our own truth-seeking impulse. Our innate memory, an inner sense of our integral place within the fabric of reality, that we are all aspects of a singular phenomena appearing as independent things. Even Taoists and Buddhists believe that the outer visible manifestations of life are the illusion of temporary garments, cloaking universal and unchanging principles that inform, instruct, guide, and breathe life into all that we experience around us. So why do we experience the illusion at all? What mechanisms cause us to collectively share such a misleading perception of life and living? Perhaps we should take a deeper look at the physiological effects of the chemical compounds in these plants that the government feared so much.
Classical psychedelics activate a type of brain serotonin receptor called the 5-HT2A receptor. And what that means in real terms is the cells become more sensitive. So what you're doing is really sort of ramping up the ability of these cortical cells to process information quickly and more effectively. There's an area in the brainstem called the locus coeruleus, the LC. It sends projections up to the cortex that release norepinephrine. And the locus coeruleus has been referred to as a novelty detector. So normally if you look at firing in the locus coeruleus, it fires in bursts, so it won't do anything, and then you'll see bursts of firing. So what happens with psychedelics increase those bursts. So we could imagine if those bursts correspond to the locus coeruleus detecting some novelty, and maybe it looks more novelty. And I've used the analogy when people take a psychedelic and they look at it, say a flower, it's as if they're seeing it for the first time. So it increases the sense of novelty.
What would be the biological purpose of these plants causing humans to see the world as if it's new again? It is a well-known phenomenon to be looking for something like your keys while they're in your hand or right in front of you, but you don't see them. Your eyes have even spotted them, but you don't acknowledge that you've seen them yet. Our perception works in pattern recognition, and this allows the world to become predictable so we can find a rhythm to operate within. These plants and their effect on the detection of new information from old patterns may be the direct cause of neurogenesis and neuroplasticity. It has been shown that these serotonergic plants initiate the growth of new brain cells, as well as new neural connections and patterns to emerge. Let's think of this less as a causation and more of a correlation. Neurogenesis and neuroplasticity could be occurring when authentic childlike learning is happening. The neural growth seems to happen most in the hippocampus, which regulates emotions and is involved in memory. A Symposia.com article says new studies are showing that neurogenesis in the hippocampus, activated by psychedelics, might be a part of the acquisition of new behaviors and new pattern recognition. With proper setting, and skill, these changes in the brain may likely be why psychedelics have been so effective in treating post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression, where other treatments have failed. Imagine for a moment that you were just born again, or that all your memory has been put on hold and you're seeing the world free and clear of cultural conditioning. Imagine all the explanations for what this world is and why it is the way it appears have been erased. Imagine you take a look at the people in your neighborhood, the animals in homes and in nature, the health of the oceans, forests, and communities. What questions would you begin formulating? And what role do you play in all of this? These are the questions one starts asking when introduced to the world of psychedelica. The mind begins asking broader, deeper, and more timeless questions. And perhaps this is what makes them so difficult to properly name. They allow new patterns to be recognized and new behaviors to be adopted, where most of what the Western world calls medicine tends to disengage or mask the symptoms, while leaving the root cause untouched.
And we even have another term, which is entheogens, usually for the weaker, the amphetamine related and so on, something that awakens the God within. I myself prefer to call them like sacred psychedelics or sacred medicines, because that's what they are. That's how the native cultures saw them, and I think it's accurate.
It seems that these ancestral tribes understood the many healing qualities of these plants. The most profound effects seem to be the self-reflection people go through under their influence, the ability for these plants to confront you with your regrets and worries. Psychedelics help deconstruct old behavior patterns and build newer and healthier ones, as seen from the creation of new neural pathways and the birth of new nerve cells, a quality long thought to be impossible shortly after childbirth.
Very, very often what the psychedelic experience will show you is the mistakes and errors that you've made in your life, where you have chosen the dark side rather than the side of light, where you have chosen evil. It may be very small, may be very large, where you have chosen evil rather than good.
Psychedelics can give you insights into how to be a better person. It won't make you a better person. And if you're a bad person, you may still be a bad person.
Some of the most skeptical and evidence-dependent researchers speak very lucidly about a very tangible spectrum of benefits they've personally experienced from using these substances responsibly.
One of the fundamental effects of psychedelics is to integrate material that's normally not accessible to consciousness. And the fundamental way in which psychedelics make this information available is by a destabilizing of what's called the default mode network. This part of the brain that integrates our sense of self, our autobiographical memories, and our reflection upon our lives. So basically what's happening under psychedelics is a liberation of the parts of the brain, that 80 or 90% of the brain that they say we don't use. I mean, we use it, but we're just not able to access it. Psychedelics give us access to that unconscious.
The language facility in the brain is destabilized as well. So the combination of our self-identity and our language being put off balance by simply ingesting a plant gives rise to the ineffability of the experience. Just as we see with any mystical or spiritual experience, words are not enough to communicate the magnitude of the experience.
But the possibility has to be considered that what the psychedelics are doing is retuning the receiver wavelength of the brain and actually allowing us to gain access to veridical alternative realities, parallel dimensions.
We have the same situation in the television. We would laugh if somebody would study that set and go down to molecule level of the transistors and the wires, and would believe that this gives you explanation why you get a Mickey Mouse cartoon, at 7 o'clock in the evening.
If Stan and many researchers are correct in positing that consciousness is not generated by the brain, but tuned into, what then are these psychedelic plants trying to show us?
Across the range of the psychedelics, you can definitely say that there is a broad range of imagery that is common. Not everybody will have all those images all the time. Not everybody will agree on every single aspect of it, but starts off with what are referred to as entoptic phenomena, because they're considered as originating in the ocular system, where you start seeing zigzag lines and cross hatches and geometrical patterns, sometimes fantastically complex and elaborated mandalas appear in the geometry. Then there tends to be the sense of passing through a vortex of some kind into a seamlessly convincing parallel universe.
Is this the same phenomena that humans have been experiencing since the time our ancestors were painting their visions in caves some 40,000 years ago? Were those entoptic images, engrams, and portals depicting a dimension that we are still tapping into today? What is this vision? And could it be some kind of collective consciousness of the human soul experience?
It's important to keep in mind I'm not just saying that this is the perception of alien transdimensional thing. It might just be a psychological construct. It might be the result of your brain activity in certain areas in relationship to each other, in which case they would still be as interesting as if they were anything else.
If 5 or 6 artists, were to walk around, I don't know, New York or Boulder, Colorado, and make some paintings, you could clearly see that the paintings, each of them, the paintings might be slightly different, but you could see that they were of the same place.
The ethnobotanist, author, and psychedelic psychonaut Terence McKenna relates the plant intelligence to that of Mother Earth. The ancient Greeks called it Gaia.
The whole thing is an enzyme-driven process. We are like an organ of Gaia. We are the organ which binds and releases energy. A liver cell doesn't need to understand why it binds and releases enzymes of the liver. We bind and release energy for reasons perhaps never to be clear to us, but which place us firmly within the context of the Gaian mind. Suddenly we come with an epigenetic capability. We write books, tell stories, dance, sing, carve, paint. These are not genetic processes. These are epigenetic processes. And they bind information and express the Gaian mind.
The Gaian mind. To many, this idea doesn't fit within the context we've been given by Western culture. How could the rocks be considered alive? How could the bones in our body be considered the same? What does alive really mean?
The Gaian mind is a real mind. Its messages are real messages, and our task through discipline, psychedelics, attention to detail, whatever we have going, is to try and extract this message and eliminate ourselves from the message so that we then can see the face of the other.
The other, in this case, would be the identity of that which is the message. We understand who and what we are, and why we're even alive, and what we're meant to do with our time here. Asking what the Gaian mind truly is might be premature. Could it be possible, just like a human organism, that plants communicate not only among themselves and to humans, but among all other species? Is this the collective consciousness of the planet? And is it possible the war on the mind is not limited to human minds, but to the mind of the entire planet, the plants, animals, humans, and more?
Their message or their interaction with us might be very different than their interaction with a fungus or a bacterium, but they are in conversations with those things as well. So, and the message varies. In other words, these are multi-purpose molecules.
Terence and Dennis McKenna are possibly the most notable pair of scientists and theorists on why these plants are here and what their greater purpose might be. Both have firm beliefs, backed by a lifetime of investigation, that these plants are here to serve the planet by those willing to listen to their place in it.
I like to call them ambassadors from Gaia. They happen to make these messenger molecules that are useful for communicating with the complex brains of these problematic apes that evolution has spawned. That would be us, and we're the most dangerous thing to show up on the planet in who knows, depends on when you want to start counting, but at least the last 100 million years, because we have the potential to completely upset the apple cart, by the technologies that we can manipulate.
When you look what we have done to the Pacific Ocean, what we are doing to the atmosphere, what we have done to water, things like the Mexican Gulf or the reactor, from Chernobyl to the Japanese one. We cannot do this for a very long time. We might not make it as a species.
One of the other things we know about the world today is that we're living in the midst of a major ecological crisis. Some people talk about the 5th major extinction here on the planet being promoted by human activity. We don't have a compassionate relationship with our environment as a global society.
If the ecological threat that we face is truly upon us, could the psychedelic plants be intervening on behalf of Gaia?
So the Earth, I think, senses that where it's in danger and is trying to get a message to us that we have to wake up.
Are psychedelic plants here to introduce us to ourselves, to the shadow of our psyche, and the ills that come from the sleeping mind? What if the greatest threat we face is not out there in the world of symptoms, but in here, in the dark corners of individual psychology and its rippling effect into the masses? Since the dawn of time, psychedelic plants have been there. They've seen the horrors of the past and have always produced the medicine most needed by these dangerous minds. A class of compounds that, when all is said and done, offer us an honest look at ourselves. And from this new perspective, humility, compassion, and community bonding naturally emerge. Perhaps they confront us and give us the